Have my baby. Sit down. What do you need to hear? But I'm also hearing out this collective. There's something about people are not listening to you right now. You're not being heard. You don't feel like you're being understood. Let me see what's going on. If this doesn't apply to you, sit right with you. You don't want to hear what I have to say. That is completely okay. I will be back some other time. I'm hearing I'm hearing like nobody's listening to me. I'm trying to tell them and nobody. It's frustration. And I totally get it. As a fellow Gemini, nothing gives me a pet peeve if I'm trying to explain to somebody how I feel or what's going on. And it's like one ear out the other. And I feel like that's what's been happening with this collective, maybe. There's a little bit of built-up frustration. What's going on? Oh, wow. Dang. Yeah, you're really trying to get a message across right now. 8 of Crypts, Knight of Claws, and then the Devil in reverse. I'm going to be honest. I think that you, in a funny way, are trying to tell people your side on how you view certain connections right now. This has more to do with your emotional state is kind of more what I'm getting. For a lot of you, this could strictly be about how you view love right now. And again, I'm hearing nobody's listening to me right now. And here's the thing, Cupcake. You can't force anybody to listen to you or understand you or even agree with you. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening. Maybe people aren't exactly agreeing with the way you're handling things, with the way that you're walking away from certain things. Not everybody is going to hear you on certain things. And I think maybe you're looking for a sign of like, do I need to cut them out? Or are they good? It's not that they're like good or bad people. It's nothing like that at all. It's just, I think I'm going to be honest. I don't think they agree or even understand your position, but that's okay. That's only meant for you to understand what makes sense to you. If it makes sense to you that as bad as it sounds, you don't view emotional connections, specifically more to do with love, as a beautiful thing right now, that is okay. I think that you look at love right now is very painful. Literally with that 8 of Crypts, that broken vase right there, I think you do look at your emotional state. Not that you look at yourself like you're broken. It's nothing like that. Like I said, don't make that part fit, but it's more of, I think you are kind of very aware, very, very aware and very grounded and very opinionated. If I'm saying that right, I'm so sorry. On again, how you feel about love. Love is painful. You could be in your man-hating phase. Gender doesn't matter when I say that. You look at love as very broken. You look at love as it broke me. That's more what I'm feeling with that. Again, I don't think you look at yourself as you're broken. You think it broke me. It tore me apart. Maybe you're having people that are telling you to move on or walk away or it's not that big of a deal. And, you know, with the Devil in reverse, no, it is that deep. Especially literally in this case, if you've been through hell and back, that is nobody is in a position to tell you to move on and walk away from something. And you may be in this position of walking away. That's probably where people are not hearing you. Because I think that people are looking at you right now. And again, maybe it's friends, family, you know, your neighbor, your cat, I don't care. Maybe people are getting confused right now thinking that you're still hung up on somebody or you're still wanting something back. And you're kind of like, no, if anything, you're frustrated. You're angry at those situations. No, it broke me. I don't want that back. That broke me. Yes, I'm emotional about it, but I have every right to be. They put me through hell. Literally, the devil. 3 of Crypts. Other people got involved. The Emperor, shut up. This has a lot to do with masculine energies. I just said, you may not look, again, gender doesn't matter what I say, you could really be in your man-hating phase. This message seems very personal for the right collective. Do not make these details fit. And all I'm here to tell you is your feelings are very much validated. Just because other people are able to move on or get over trauma that quickly doesn't mean you do. You are healing. You're not rushing anything. You don't need to rush anything. Go at your own pace. If you, as bad as it sounds, do look at love as it's broken and it's betrayal and it's brutal and people always choose other people over me. And this, as bad as it sounds, and I'm going to get into the next part, you have every right to feel that way. Because if we're talking about love in this case. I talk about love as a tarot reader a lot on my page because let's be real, our biggest lessons in life come from love, good and bad. But at the same time, you are very aware that love is not what's going to liberate you. You are. I think your mind has shifted a lot about, again, how you feel about love connections. I think you are seeing situations for what they are. You're looking at the reality of a lot of situations, and let's be real, and maybe that is something you feel like people are not hearing you on, and I'm not trying to sound like a Debbie Downer, but how many couples do you see walk around that look all happy and la-di-da on the gram or on Facebook, and they're miserable people? And I think that's what you're looking at relationships, is majority of couples are miserable. Now, again, this is not a message of whether you're right or I'm trying to prove you right or try to prove you wrong, but again, I'm picking at your brain. That's how you look at connections, of what's the point, and you have every right to feel that way. But I do feel sorry for this collective, because maybe you do have people unfortunately telling you get over it, or there's good people out there. If you've been through trauma when it comes to masculine energies, nobody has that right to tell you to get the fuck over yourself. Because as bad as it sounds, if anybody could look you up and down and say, oh my God, just move on, they clearly have not been hurt enough. You've been through it, not them. Let me see more about what else they got to say. Death in reverse. Nobody needs to understand you. You understand. To you, it makes perfect sense why you feel this way. And I'm here to confirm to you that is okay. But I think you're going through this transition right now. And again, it's more of a mind frame right now. And it's like you need validation right now to no, you don't. If you want to spend the rest of your life being the richy baddie auntie who shows up at Thanksgiving once in a while with a dirty martini hating on men for the rest of your life, if that's your destiny, baby, do it. You don't need your teacher, your mama, and your son to validate that for you. Because the world is cruel, unfortunately. And if we're specifically talking about men, let's be real. And if I'm talking the right, you have not been treated right. You have been broken when it comes to this. Used, abandoned, manipulated, other people chosen, other people over you, other things over you. You have every right to be angry. But quit begging for people to understand you. Because as bad as it sounds, the real reality is some people need and thrive on emotional connections to live. You don't. So in a lot of ways, it's not that you're also outgrowing emotional connections, but you may, for some of you, be outgrowing, not that you're outgrowing these people, but you're outgrowing you're outgrowing the patriarchy. I'm just going to say, you are outgrowing the patriarchy. You are giving it the middle finger. You have been told your whole life, let's be real, especially if I'm talking to a woman, that, go get an education, go get a job, go find you a husband, pop out a few babies, and live happily ever after. It doesn't matter if you're emotionally happy or not. That is what patriarchy has taught us to do for centuries. You are saying no. I don't want that. What's the point? And the bottom line is, I don't think you're ready for love, and that's okay. Again, don't make the Three of Castles. Maybe you're very career focused right now. Maybe you're trying to start up a business. Your mind is occupied somewhere else. This is beautiful. I love this for you. I really do. Okay. Let me just do one more. Perfect. So I got the Ace of Candles in reverse, Ace of Castles, Two of Castles. You know the line I immediately thought of? It's from 101 Dalmatians, Cruella, Glenn Close, when she says to Anita, darling, when she says, more good women lose themselves to a man, and you have talent, darling, don't desert yourself. Yes, Cruella's a messed up character, but she was trying to liberate Anita, and you got to liberate yourself. You have talent, whatever that means to this collective. Don't waste it on useless emotional connections. You're right. Your feelings are validated.